What's up? It is 12 Hub Podcast, episode 19, and we have special guests in the house. We have my guy Mitch, Amy, and Terry, who just left the whole thing, but they are
with us
here,
in spirit.
and they are very influential people in the new Dayton, Ohio space. Look at them as people that have carved a little niche for themselves within the community, and I like to call it cool people, right? And I wanted to have them on the podcast this week. Anyway, we're gonna keep it moving with our regular content now.
Yeah,
and
pull up the ratchetness.
Oh yeah, this is okay.
I'm
so
here for the fuck shit.
this is so funny. Okay, Amy, this is not. I did not put. I actually picked this because it was the first thing I saw last week on social media, and it has. It's not because I didn't even know you were going to come on this podcast.
Okay.
So
You slow walking this one.
No,
the NDA has been documented.
Rip the Band-Aid off. What?
The first topic is white women who fetishize black men.
Oh my god!
Oh man.
It has nothing to do. No, these guys know because we have a
list.
This
was not planned.
This was the first topic I saw because I sent it to Sean. And it's funny because we laugh about this shit all the time.
Again. White women that what?
Fetishize. Yeah, it's just a social media clip I saw. And I thought this will be.
He's still doubling down. Look, he's like, hold on.
What is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up.
What?
No, it's just some girl. No, I'm gonna put it up on the screen here. We'll watch the clip. So, okay, just to give you some context
on this, by the
just
way.
to give you some context, we talk about topics of the day, news, events, and anything that interests us for the most part.
I'm gonna take another drink of my wine now.
Yeah,
Shot time. Yeah, let's do it. Everybody take a little salute.
This has nothing to do with anybody here or anything. This is just random.
This has nothing to do with the only white woman that's on the podcast.
Yeah, but see, this is. We don't even talk about, but it's funny because it was just a funny clip I saw, and then I was like, because it revolves about the Shannon Sharpe shit that happened recently, and again, it just popped up in my feed. So I don't even think it's that.
This is about to get really good. I can feel it.
Yeah, I was like, ratchet. Let's get to the ratchet.
It's about to be funny, and the Mitch gets that, it'll be funny. But yeah, we'll jump into it. So yeah, we just make a little commentary.
Look at Trez just waiting.
The transition into the topic is so wild. Right?
Let me tell you something. This is actually, it's funny because now that there's actually a white woman here that can actually respond back to these things. I think it's social media gold.
Perfect.
And let me know if you can hear this. I'm gonna, and I don't think what this woman said. I didn't even think it was really that crazy, but I said it to Sean. We didn't even talk about it yet, but it's kind of funny. Let me see. Wait.
No.
Can you hear that?
No, you haven't figured this out yet? This happens every time when you play it.
No, I think yeah, this happened last time too. Wait, let me stop.
My man Shannon Sharpe said white women, white water rafting, white Zinfandel, it don't matter. Lakers in 5, bro. Like you said, it don't matter.
I have intimate knowledge of this subject.
Intimate knowledge.
On the reverse
I know what
side,
I did wrong. I know what I did wrong.
I have a reverse side.
Here we go. All right, let me reload this. I figured it out. I was picking the wrong viewing format.
Dated black guys since the age of 15.
Okay, you can hear that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me know this. So there you go. Ready.
Has dated black guys since the age of 15. I feel like you guys need my perspective on this Shannon Sharpe shit because everything I'm seeing is like white women are fetishizing black men. Like the Shannon Sharpe sitch, like the girl said something about I want your black baby. I have had black men come to me and say, I want you to have my black baby. Not, I want you to have my baby. That's the acceptable response. No, I want you to have my black baby. And I have had black men ask me to say very derogatory things in bed.
For real.
Yeah. So part of it is not that white women are fetishizing black men. It's like the opposite. And I feel like this isn't being talked about. And I don't want to get any hate for this, guys, because this is my personal experience. But I've had more black men than not mention race in our relationship as like I don't know. I don't even know if that's like the right way to describe it. But there are some black men in this world that I think like I don't know if they want to reenact. I don't know if it's like a power trip of like.
She paused that real quick.
It's a whole category called race play.
I just feel like that piece is important to this puzzle.
Reenact what?
As a white girl who has dated black guys since the age of 15, I feel like you guys need my perspective.
Oh my god.
Has she never heard of black.com?
Black.com.
Hey, whoa.
So
I like the HD version, Kari.
Yeah, because hey, look here.
So I found
There's been some times.
The reason I found that interesting when I first proposed this thing, because yes, obviously, you know, I've dated white women. Sean had. I don't know, Dakar, if you ever dated a white girl, whatever. I know
My
Terry, you
grandmama
said
watched
you
this
dated all
podcast,
around.
so
I'm married to white. So.
Yeah, Amy, I have no clue. I know you have kids and shit. I don't know if you dated black guys or not, so I don't know. I'm assuming Trez. I mean, we're all pretty much it's a white girl, black, whatever. You don't care. I'm assuming, right?
Because there's also a line between
I don't really,
hitting a white girl
Wait, I
and
want to
dating
hear
a
what
white
Trez.
girl.
Wait, what is Trez? What are you saying, Trez? Say that?
no, I'm saying I don't really care.
You don't discriminate. Okay. So there's nothing here. So there's no cosplay or fetish shit going on when it comes to like who we choose as mates. But I do kind of see what she's saying, because the Shannon Sharpe shit is very interesting, because he's black, and he has black kids, and then all of a sudden he's dating some Instagram thought and talk about black babies and this and that and all this crazy shit. And I'm wondering, like, you know, and look, be as honest as you want to be when it comes to this stuff, and if you want to, you know, because people will hear this. I think of it like, you know, I've never had a quote unquote fetish for white women or vice. Well, maybe some of the girls that I did date that were white, because I did. Yeah, there was like, oh, I'm just trying out the black, you know, when I've dated like Indian girls, for instance, or whoever, they were just like, ooh, it's so exotic. Yeah, I'm like, exotic? Look at you. You're from fucking India and shit. Like, what are we talking about here? You know, like this shit, what are you talking about exotic? Like, and that shit kind of offended me, because that's, you know, that goes into the whole mandingo and all that other crap that, you know, all that buck breaking shit from slavery. So I want to hear it from y'all. And Amy, I don't want to pick on you, but chime in when you feel like chiming in if you want to chime in, or you can just listen and laugh, whatever. Let us know your perspective.
It's not that serious. People make such a big deal about this shit. It's like it's not that serious. And the Shannon Sharpe thing, we should be more alarmed that she was like 19 than the fact that she was white.
But she's of age. That means nothing. If she was 15, that's a discussion. But she was of age.
How old is Shannon Sharpe?
Who cares?
Like 57.
He could have been 95.
56,
she was of age and he was of age.
I mean, look at Bill Belichick and his girlfriend.
Oh, I know. Yeah, nobody's saying anything about that.
Ooh, valid.
There we go.
Not even a race thing, just like the age gap is wild.
Plenty of people saying stuff about Bill
Leonardo
Belichick.
DiCaprio. George Clooney has been known to.
Oh, Leo cussed him off at 25.
Leo.
He cussed him off at 25. So you're right. Yeah, people have discussed
I think
that.
it's more of an age thing than it is.
That's a mature perspective.
I think people take away from the age conversation because, in Hugh's elegant words, she's an Instagram thought. Like, everybody knows she's here to sell twat. Like,
wow.
Respectful. I mean, that's what people get on
that word in years.
That's what people get on OF for. They're not.
I'm just surprised you use that word. That's like crazy. I haven't heard that word.
Vagina, whatever you want to switch it out with, but like,
it's one of those words.
Shannon Sharpe's situation, to me, should have not reached the public eye unless those claims of sexual and physical abuse were valid. Like, is it creepy he dating somebody so young? Is it weird to be like, hey, let me give you that black baby? Definitely. Batman couldn't interrogate those messages out of me. But like, you know, as far as like the race thing is concerned, is me personally, I've dated people of different races. It never became an issue until it's like, hey, do you want to meet my parents? And it's kind of like,
yeah. So
what year were they born?
Yeah.
You know, you get a little apprehensive, but I've never had a situation where I was criticized for being black. It might have been some times where there were some awkward moments. You know, they might say something that's like, hey, is this offensive? Or, you know, hey, I like rap music too. And I'm kind of like,
I had a couple situations back in the day, but overall it's been fine. As far as that whole situation with
but see, and also too, I take in the fact that I'm younger than you guys. So like some of the parents that I met,
more accepting, right?
Yeah, you know, it's a little bit more culturally, you know, accepted. Yeah. And as far as like if I had kids, hey man, like I really don't care. Like, you're happy, I'm happy. I don't care about none of that stuff.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, it really is. Like, it is some attraction people have, like you said, to opposite races because it's different for them. Now that's something psychologically they got to work out on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm dating you because my dad's gonna hate you. Like, what?
I had one of those,
but
living dangerously. Oh my god! And then, you know,
I think too. Like, it is like it's some nuances on both sides though.
Yeah,
for sure.
You about to say something, Terry? Yeah.
I mean, if you're asking the question, if what she said has some validity, I would say yes, but it goes both ways. The difference is if you grew up in a world that was diverse, you're
Whoa. He's
about to drop
some
gems.
knowledge and shit.
Really about that.
Yeah, we still here, bro. I can hear you.
He's like, you probably gonna say, "Yo, I've
Damn,
reenacted King
Trump,
Kong with 20
that
different
DEI
white girls."
is coming to the podcast.
They're shutting us down remotely.
So you about to tell that story about the white girl who was with and wanted to do the King Kong fetish. Terry, I can't hear you. Finish your story.
No DEI on 12.
Oh, go get back. We missed all that. What were you saying? Go ahead, brother. You're back. Can you hear us?
If there is a
Fade to black.
there's a government official behind your camera, blink twice.
You're back, brother. Talk.
I don't know if he can hear us. He looks like he can't hear us.
The Dayton Police Department was all like,
it's
enough.
frozen.
Oh.
Frozen.
Oh, is his thing?
This is Get Out too.
Get out.
They got him.
This is a digital version.
Terry, you might
He
want
gonna
to
be the
log
second
in,
one lost on
log
this
back
podcast.
in, close it, and then
Down
open it up
two.
again.
That's fine.
You back, Terry?
Oh.
We lost Mitch entirely, so I don't know where the fuck he
The
went.
Kardashians got him.
Mitch said, "White woman as a music producer, I'm out of here."
He's like, it's about AI. I'm out.
Well, I do think. I mean, while he's getting stuff, I do think definitely goes both ways. But I think that's if there's ever an attraction, right? If you're intimate with somebody, there's gonna be some whatever, right? That you're gonna get into. That's just kind of the natural progression. But Terry, you back?
I wanted to hear that story.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just weird. Like white women claim black men are most likely to fetishize race and relationships.
But
And that's not true.
Terry was
though.
making a good point though. It can be on both sides for sure. Like in the past,
yeah.
from what I've heard from people,
Yeah.
certain ethnicities, races, when you're a black man, you have that establishes you as a symbol in social circles. Like, oh man, he's got a Asian woman, or he's
Yeah, but
got
that's
a
old
white
school,
woman.
man. That's not like nowadays. These kids are so they don't.
Well,
when they
I will
date
say it's
now-
also. I also say where you're from. That's where I think Terry's
Fact.
about
Yeah.
to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me living in Richmond, Virginia, my whole life, that's always been a thing. Like, I go see my aunts, I go see my grandma. It's who you dating? Is she black? Is she white? That's like an initial question. I live
Especially
in San
closer to the
Diego.
south. Yeah.
Bro. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I live in San Diego. That's like up to like 9 months. That wasn't a thing at all. Like, matter of fact, like it's not a lot of black people in San Diego, so you're gonna see majority interracial relationships. Like black dating Mexicans, black dating whites, that black dating Pacific Islanders. It's more of a cultural thing to where it's not. It's like the systemic racism of the South isn't there, so it's just it's not really a thing out west.
I'm more
Here
liberal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that fetishization. So the problem here is, and this is what I talk about this all the time. Like Sean and I've had that discussion. Like when it comes to like she said in the thing, the kink aspect of things. I don't think that there's many quote unquote kinks that black people have over white people.
Yeah.
Especially,
Yeah.
look,
You know, I've put my list up. I put my list up.
I mean,
well, I'm
y'all been
talking
watching
about-
the Diddy
maybe
trial lately?
Let me
No,
that
focus
is
that.
true.
White men. Let me put it. Let me take this to
No,
white
I'm
men.
gonna do the list.
No,
Asian,
white. I'm not because I don't want to
Asian.
put white women in a spot
No,
because white women
I'm
don't
gonna
do
say
this.
as far as
White-
We about to start sharing our
No,
internet
I'm saying-
histories.
No.
No.
Talk-
I'm saying
it's
as
out
far
there.
as
Because I'm disappeared like the other two guys.
I don't.
real quick.
Let me put it to you this way. And when it comes to adult content, now we've all seen. I'm not gonna fucking put myself in as like I've never watched a porn flick. All the popular content on porn nowadays, and mind you, 60% of America's white, a large percent of that's adult males. The fetish, from a fetish perspective, stepmom porn, which is weird. I'm just listing off shit. No, this is what.
Because I saw you like diverting your eyes. I'm like, who we getting this from? What site?
Stepmom, stepdaughter, like stepson, step whatever, anything stepping on the thing.
So semi-incestuous.
That's a fetish?
No, that's a content category that's popular amongst white males. Okay.
Oh,
They
stepbrother,
wanna-
I got
they
my
wanna
head
fuck-
stuck in the windows.
Yeah, that shit. It's second
from
trans,
secondhand.
trans women. A lot of like that. That's a big content category for white males. They love like women with penises. And what's the other thing? Oh, the cucking.
Oh,
Them, like the white
Oh,
woman
where you
with
watch.
the black man.
When you second when you watching the person that you with
Yeah.
get screwed. Okay.
Exactly. No, not even that. No, just this black, like white women
with the
black men.
dude. Yeah.
I mean, that's sort of, if you talk
Oh,
from a cultural
cucking is
perspective.
racial? I thought cucking could
If
be
you're
like
looking at
anything.
it from a
It's-
cultural perspective, well, the interracial black
It's typically the
woman.
interracial.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's a very popular thing amongst white men, but at the same time, it's just weird because I always think, I was like, they like this shit, but then they call, they're the biggest judges of character and shit like that. Like when it comes to religion and all this other shit.
Oh
They're
yeah, I've
the
been
ones
called
consuming.
hard R by somebody whose partner was black, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
huh?
Hey, it's like,
Yeah.
hold on.
I was like,
Well,
what?
I don't know. Like again, Amy, I'm
What?
pretty sure you know more white men than we do. How?
do.
It was a crackhead episode. It's in the
Do
archives.
you
don't
know?
worry.
Well, like, are they consuming this stuff? I'm just assuming this from
they-
what I saw. I saw a documentary on this, and I saw.
I
like,
don't know
people-
what they're consuming. I feel like
Okay.
they're not going to tell me what they're consuming.
Well,
Shit,
they
the white
keep a
man
search
memes.
history.
It's-
I'm going to be
Yeah.
the last person they tell if they're consuming any of that.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's just weird. I think that this not weird. I think
Stepmoms?
it's yeah, that shit's crazy. Look
Hey,
it up.
look.
Look it up.
People are weird.
Like I said, hey man, you kind of just
It's a
you
whole
start scrolling
genre.
through pages, you start seeing some wild shit.
It's a genre that's out there. That
Stepmom is considered tame nowadays.
That's tame. Yeah, they got
The
some
MILF. It's
crazy
basically
shit
just
now.
MILFs just banging younger actors.
Mhm.
So they just feel like, hey, since there's an age gap
But
here, let's categorize. Porn's
Yeah.
got to have a story sometimes. I don't really care for the story. Just get into the action.
Like the cultural demographics and how things are. There's a lot of divorced families. Men remarry, and sometimes if they have, they marry a much more attractive person than the mother. And there's no bloodline.
There's been
there,
situations
so-
where the mom and the daughter dating
What
the same
about
guy. Have
yeah,
you seen
and
those?
even the shit with
No, like
teachers
for
now.
real.
There's
like real
somebody.
ones.
There's
Like
somebody
real
on
ones.
Instagram right now that a
Yeah.
mom and daughter.
Yeah.
married
Oh, I
the
seen
same
them.
Guy, and they're
Yeah.
both pregnant. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
What?
no.
Yeah.
They're doing that for money. Either way, like that's the way that shit's gone, and it's
I'm
like
gonna need to
Yeah.
see some DNA tests on that. I need to make sure it's real.
well, it's all acting either way. But like, I don't know, the fetishizing, I don't think there is in this new, like with these younger people now. I think that people genuinely get together because they have connections. I think from a cultural perspective, American culture is sort of like this mishmash of black culture and like whatever you consider white culture, which would be like everything else, right? So I don't think that there's people that really think about these things. Maybe this
Alex
lady and
Jones.
Shannon Sharpe. And then people like bigots and racists and people want to keep racial purity in their things.
It's with the
whatever.
Democrats putting all
Yeah.
that fluoride in our water.
Hear the word fetish, I think of like really weird shit. So like black and white, that's not weird to me. But like
Yeah, I agree.
No, but it is
That is-
weird to somebody's grandma and grandpa or somebody who don't like it.
Hell yeah.
but it's
Yeah,
not
see, Chris
weird.
knows.
It's not weird.
No, it's not weird. I'm saying it's more. I said it was more accepting to like other generations, but like it was something different. Like to my
Oh.
mom and dad, if they saw an interracial piece of adult content, that was a fetish thing back in the day. Because
Like
back in the day,
Sinners.
I seen some shit where
That's
Yeah.
fair.
motherfucking the girls was wearing Klan hoods and the man was smack. I was like, damn. And it was all like 1985 or some shit, some shit
What?
like that, right? Yeah, 1985.
Crazy.
What video store were you in, brother?
I was
what
in the
I'm
back
saying.
room and they had peep
Did you
show and
leave
all that.
expeditiously?
I leave.
I would have ran.
No, that was the type of shit that they were making back then, and it was a kink, it was a fetish thing, right? And then people watched it, white guys, white women, black people, whatever, and also like the slave shit, like motherfuckers with chains and shit on, which I thought was crazy, but look, that was what they were doing. That's what they were
Yeah, that was the
doing,
style
man.
of the time.
That was the style. No, shit. It is what it is. Okay, this is making me feel uncomfortable now because I'm a young
Wow.
professional and I can't talk about it.
To
So
all
anyway,
of my people that know me that watch this, I'm sorry.
other news of the week that happened. Talking about like since we're going from trash to more trash, Elon Musk and Trump had their falling out. They're no longer butt buddies.
Which is crazy because it happened during Pride Month.
It happened during Pride Month. You know, I heard that Elon got punched in the face by one of Trump's secretaries. I heard that they are
Bessie.
behind the scenes about to out all their dirty laundry. So Trump is in the Epstein files, and Elon Musk is on every drug on the planet. Do I give
Well,
a fuck?
that man
No.
is physically built like a Cybertruck.
He's
So
got
he
a-
might be on something.
His upper body is just a
Yo,
solid.
he's got a weird up, man. I'm like, yo, and his arms are like sticks. It's like, I don't know. He's built like a minion. like just all torso and just like little arms and legs.
Yeah.
If he's
Yeah.
building,
They say life inspires art and vice versa. So he looked at himself in the mirror, was all like, "What if I put 4 wheels on my body?"
I don't.
Cybertruck.
I'm
a
at
Cybertruck.
you know what it is, and my 2 cents on this again is it's a distraction from what they're doing. I think because look what's happening now in California, which is taking over the news. I'm 9,000% sure Elon Musk is gonna tweet out an AI picture of Donald Trump naked, and it's gonna distract us from seeing what's the martial law that's going on in Cali right now over protests. And
I don't disagree.
yeah, it's like we know it's happening, but people are just straight away, and then we're like, oh, fuck it.
I mean, the man owns one of the largest social media platforms on the planet with tons of satellites in the sky manipulating, distributing, and providing internet for nations upon nations who wouldn't have it otherwise. That man, when you talk about a distraction, he's the key distraction. He's the ultimate source of, I can wave a flashlight to a cat and then everyone's gonna jump to that. Because what's happening in LA is, if you saw this on the television without knowing it was in LA, an average American would be like, what third world country is this? Where's this going on at? And, meanwhile, people are memeing the fact that I knew Trump was in the Epstein files. Also,
we knew that years ago.
Yeah, like we knew that.
First,
bro.
there's this hardcore video of them partying and shit, and they were saying they're besties. They've been besties for 20 years.
Stephen Hawking was also there. So what are we talking about?
Stephen
You know what I'm saying?
Wild boy, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't want to dwell into that.
I do got a question.
News. Yeah, go ahead.
Because I didn't go down the rabbit hole. You go on social media, you see a post and you blink and you refresh and it's gone. You can't ever find it ever
Yeah,
again.
that happened to me a bunch of times.
They were saying that Trump is ordering the cease of production of Teslas in the States. Is that true?
I need to get that lease going. They have that $100 a month lease going. Yeah. $200 a month. I'm sorry.
You better hurry, Hugh.
I haven't heard that.
The fact that I only saw it one time, because I'm thinking about not just the fact that they're having their beef, it's the fact that would displace millions of American jobs from the manufacturing facilities in Texas to the individual dealerships across the country, along with those stores that you see in the mall that get you interested. Like, I'm like, brother, I know you hate the guy, but that's hundreds of thousands of jobs.
The stock is still moving, so it's moving back up. So I don't think that's
happening. I think it's moving back up because a lot of people are seeing how dirt cheap this is making Teslas, and they're like, shit, now's the time. I always wanted a Model X.
Yeah. Well, they've been dealing the Model Y. It was $300 a month, $1,000 down for a lease. That's great.
Oh wow!
I need a second car. That's what I spend on Stevens every week. So, or Terry, where's Terry? Oh no, Terry, you're Amy. Amy, she lit up. Oh, Tesla. It's a nice car. I'm stuck on Teslas.
The way they vandalize them in the city, I wouldn't even want to risk it.
I haven't had any problems.
What do you have? Do you have Model S?
Yeah.
Oh, you have the black Model S they saw parked in front of the. We have the same car. I was like, whose car is this? You have the exact same car as me.
What color is your car, Hugh? Since you pointed out her color,
black.
Fetishizer.
Black.
Those like big black cars.
You're doxed.
Yo, BB's, hey, chill out, bro.
Look at her. Yeah,
no way, this man just made a BBC reference. You're a wild song.
BBC, big black cars.
Big black cars. That's the new name of the episode.
Nah, but let me tell you, and Amy, like that car, we've had our first car is a Model 3. I took my wife a bit of time to she's like, what if I run out of energy and we die on the road? And she's over that shit now. Once we got the Model S and the Model 3 took care of us through the pandemic, I'm not looking backwards. I don't know if I could drive another car.
I know.
It's such a good,
was she really concerned that you was living in Pentagon Electric Car City?
No,
dying?
We got this in 2019, so it was still
okay, still relatively okay.
Yeah,
okay.
The Model 3 had just come out, and that was our first car. And then, back then, those cars used to turn heads. We were like, oh, we had a nice red one.
Yo, you used to see a Tesla drive through. You used to be like, oh, this guy's got to be rich.
Oh yeah, everybody said that shit.
Now they're everywhere.
I rolled it, and I'm like, yo, I bought this for like $39,000. And that was like loaded up. Like we got like the special color, and
the S, you can get a deal, buddy.
Oh, it's cool when you go to the 7-Eleven. You go to 7-Eleven and you see like a bunch of YNs and ski masks and tank tops, and you go, oh, so Tesla's just everywhere now.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're relatively safe. I hope the car never goes under like the company but other people are catching up. But when you actually it's like how people get used to a certain type of I don't even know, like
AI generated artists.
It's like I don't know what it is, like a certain something that's just different. Like the car
way
just
of life.
yeah, it's a way of life. Yes,
Like vaccines.
Yes, like, yeah.
No,
No, I don't even know. Like I don't even know what to compare it to. But it differentiates, and Sean knows this. He's been driving Tesla between his car, his regular car, and that one.
Mm-hmm.
You loved it. I know you already said it. This car is like amazing. It's fun to drive.
Yeah.
It's easy to, once you get used to looking left, but you think it just changes your whole perspective on driving. And with the Model S, you get both because you have the regular dashboard and the thing on the side. But you really, it's just a better. It's just better the way they set up everything and makes
It's
it so
just
convenient.
fun.
It's
And the
fun.
service is really good too.
Oh my God. They came by and they gave me a new steering wheel. The guy did a tire rotation for me and he scratched something under the car and said, "Oh, my bad. I scratched this thing. You could call us up to get service, but today the tire rotation's on us." He came to my house to do the tire rotation, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's $79, which wasn't too bad. It's better than going in the shop and waiting at the thing. Comes to the house, does all the shit, and then he didn't mess anything up. He just like, nah, it's on us, and we'll replace your steering wheel for free, and we'll come back and do that.
Oh, I was just a humble man. See, when I got to fix my car, I'll just go to
free.
the gas station.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, like the convenience, the technology's good. There's always software updates. You're always up to date. It's speedy, it's fast, it's whatever. So it's a nice car to have. But then just because I have nothing against Elon Musk, when he's an idiot. I always said that. Oh, I've said that recently. I never thought he was a genius, but some people who think, and we argue about this all the time. Well, the man made a bunch of money. There's a lot of idiots with money. I don't understand why people don't get that. Some people, Sean.
I mean, Elon Musk is just
It's
really
not
smart,
about-
like
he's
an
investor.
idiot,
Bro.
man.
He's
Yeah,
never invented
you
any of
can't-
the things that he
look,
sells.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, Steve Jobs was the same way. He never
Yeah,
invented
Steve Jobs actually hated the idea of the
yeah.
iPhone.
Yeah,
but
he got ousted.
He was brilliant
he got
in the
ousted.
sense.
Well,
he was
he was brilliant
He
enough
was
to get
also
kicked out of Apple. He was
Okay.
brilliant enough to get kicked out of Apple, and then he started his own company.
He had
right?
ideas.
And then came back. Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Ideas are a big part of being brilliant. You can do a lot. You have to have an idea, then you have to execute. However you get to from A to B in execution, like you got to give somebody kudos to that for that point, because a lot of people have a lot of ideas and never do shit. And a lot of people have no ideas and never do shit, right? So at the end of it, it's like the dude in the hood that could play better than all the NBA players, quote unquote, but never did anything,
Jordan.
right?
Michael Jordan.
They just talked about that on ESPN. Paul Pierce was like, they were saying LeBron don't have a bag.
Oh,
right?
that nonsense. Yeah.
And he was saying, I know
don't get
plenty
into
of
this.
people in the hood with a bag. They ain't gonna make it in the league though. They can't get the points.
Yeah,
He's like,
I
look,
mean,
what's
talk
you talking
about
about a bag and you talking about 50,000 points? Who needs a bag? So I get what you're saying. Like you can have all the ideas in the world, but without the capital to start putting it to fruition, without the know how to get copyrights and trademark registrations, without a team to help you, and that idea ain't worth shit.
Yeah, and it does take it does take that type of, and I feel I'll give you this one. Yeah, I think, and I said this before, I like the way Elon Musk runs companies, even though it's like terrible
To
way
the
he runs
ground?
companies. The way he runs
Nah.
employees, the way he demands certain things of people. He does it in a way that kind of is overbearing and whatever. I do it in a subtle way that motivates people. That's why I work well. Like I have low turnover whenever I manage people, when I've worked for companies. Like people work for me in the same position for 3-4 years, no promotion, nothing. They're cool with it because they like working for me. And that's like a very hard skill to master, but it makes for good managers, right? And
So you're saying you're South African.
Nah, I don't really. South Africans work that way. Oh no, like
No,
Elon
'cause
Musk,
Elon Musk is
nobody
so
wants to work for him. He just pays them a shit ton of money and tells them not to go home if they want to keep making a shit ton of money.
So he is a lot like Steve Jobs. Nah.
Same, yeah. Steve Jobs managed like that too. Like he elevated a lot of smart people, but they had to work their asses off to keep those positions, or he fired them.
Yeah.
Elon Musk does the same thing. They're not kind to the worker, but there's a way to manipulate the mind
They're
of the worker.
socially awkward too. Like there's something about like how smart they are with like just being socially awkward.
It's like they're on the
Asperger's.
spectrum.
Yeah.
That Asperger's. Yeah.
Brilliant people have that. Yeah.
Oh, you got it too? You got a little
Yeah.
touch of the tism?
Little autism,
Ain't nothing wrong with
arthritis, everything. I have all
Join
that.
the club, bro.
Say you got nicked.
Nick.
Yeah. See, back in the day, that was like a
Back in the day, you just get your ass whooped.
yeah, like you
Yeah.
I'm a beat that mental stigma out of you. Or you gonna sit on your hands. Like,
Yep, they would beat the gay out of you, beat everything out of you.
Yeah.
Right?
Bring back whipping.
We're talking about, we just talked about the president, his relationship breaking up. There's another thing that I saw. This is interesting. This is kind of old. I know this clip is old. I saw my buddy here, Roland Martin, who I've met a few times. And, he's turned from like semi-activist now to a Democratic shill in a sense, And you know Roland, right, Sean? Roland Martin?
I've heard that name before.
You don't know Roland Martin? Well, you'll see him when he comes on the screen.
Older black dude.
He has a show on that dog. He's always out. I'm gonna put this up on the screen because he had this interview. I don't know when it was, but it was with this gentleman. This is Roland Martin. Sean, look at that. You know.
Oh,
Roland.
yeah. I know Roland Martin. Oh, yeah. I never pay attention to this dude.
That squishy face dude is Roland Martin?
No, this guy right here.
The one on the left.
The guy
the one wearing the dashiki looking thing.
Yeah.
He looked like one of the Oompa Loompas from Tim Burton's Willy Wonka movie. I thought that's who that was.
Wait, there's no sound on this. Why is there never any sound? Anyway, he had this interview, and I don't know when this interview was. It just, again, posted up on my thing. But this is one of those topics I really like to talk about. He's talking about how, is there any need for black people to actually vote in elections since government people do nothing for us? And I agree and disagree at the same time with it, because where do those votes actually go? And this is one of those topics that we got screwed over with Obama. I think the president that done the most for black people in the last 30 years has probably been Trump. And he did something for, incarcerated black people, right? And then you could always say, Congressional Black Caucus does this, they pass laws for that. But none of that shit actually empowers or benefits. And why do we have to lean on government to do that for us? That's why.
It also depends on the scale of election. Like, people say it's an excuse. Other people, vibe with it. But a president is representing, the American people, which includes everyone. Now, if you want to start getting a little bit more strategic about your community, you want to start thinking about local government as well, which I feel a lot of people, not just black people of color in general, they kind of just check all the boxes at that point. Like, hey, I voted for the big guy. I guess I'm a Democrat. Check.
Yeah, but don't money interest always mess up even small time politicians, right? And how does it go? Like, Amy, what is your perspective on that? White woman, what is that? What do you think?
About money?
No, wait. Let me play the clip first. I'm sorry, you guys didn't see the clip, so you
because I want to see what this dude sound like.
What he's talking about. All right, let me.
Because he look like he don't have a weird voice.
Oh, Roland or the kid? That's
okay. So I just got confused. What's this guy we about to watch name?
I don't know the guy's name. I forgot.
No, Roland Martin. I'm thinking that's the guy who directed Independence Day. That's Roland Emmerich. Joy. Right, I don't know who this guy is. I know that guy.
Oh, it's muted. I don't understand why.
That's Akon.
You guys see that? You can't hear that, right?
Can't hear it.
No.
Yeah, I can't hear.
That's so weird. All right, I'm gonna move it back out, and then present again. Oh, wait, stop
Roland
presenting.
Martin.
Present. Boink. Share. It should be playing, but it's not. There's no sound on this. Why is there no sound?
You got the little mute button? Click.
Nah, bro. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, we're gonna get a technical advisor by the end of episode 30. We're gonna have a guy.
All right, stop.
It's giving boomer pod.
Well, either way,
my gosh.
I am considered a boomer. I am the oldest.
How can? No way, you Gen X for sure.
Hugh.
No, you're not. Wait, we're born the same year though, right?
No.
Are you in the 80s or the 70s?
I'm about to say, can't escalate
I was
the
born in the
vulture
70s.
age.
I'm older than
So
you.
was I. Yeah, I was born in 79.
Born in the 80s, crack baby.
And what year were you born?
79.
She just said that.
What month? My birthday's tomorrow. So.
Oh,
Your
I'm
birthday's
older than
tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's right. I'm January.
So you are older than me, but that's very
Yeah, bro, that's Gen X, bro. You're not no boomer.
We're both like millennial Gen X.
We feel like
sorta.
boomers.
I mean, sometimes I think like it.
The kid is making me starting to feel like a boomer.
Kids
Me and Lion.
fucked up, man. They're over here with their
I'm watching a family friend who got a Nintendo.
Are you from down
there we
south?
go.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
No, you got a little.
Do I have a
noticed-
twang?
You do have a twang.
A
Yeah.
little bit.
No, I
Is
don't.
that a Dayton thing? Were you raised on a farm?
I was.
Okay.
you
Yeah, I
go.
was gonna say.
Yeah.
I picked it up from somewhere.
Yeah. No,
I mean, okay, raised on a farm. I mean, I wasn't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Sort of.
Yeah, well.
I lived in South Carolina for 4 years, so maybe.
Oh, there you go. You probably picked
Okay.
up some of the lingo from down there.
I picked it up.
Because I noticed it comes out sometimes.
Oh, I
when
love
you talk.
Charleston. Charleston is a lot of fun.
It is.
I went there years ago. They shut down very early, but it's a fun
What's
town.
early?
Well, they shut down like 2. The story goes, someone told me there was a big bar fight and some kid got like hit and killed, and then that was in college there, and then they started having last call at like 1:30.
I thought you were about to say some sundown town shit.
But they have
what
some
the fuck?
spots that maybe stay open later. But the main downtown area, when I was there, at least everything closed at 2. Last call.
Is Charlestown races and slots still down there? I remember those commercials growing
Oh
up.
no, you're thinking West Virginia.
Oh shit. Okay,
Wait,
you
what
talking Charleston,
commercials?
South Carolina?
So yeah, Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah.
Damn, so there's 2 okay, see, I'm culturally dumb. I don't know shit.
It's
I
actually
don't know
fun.
who-
It's only like an hour flight from DC. It's a very.
I'm going to Charleston in August.
Oh, my birthday.
I loved it down there, man. It was fun.
August, yeah, Charleston's fun. It's
Girls
good
trip.
food.
It was fun. It was they're a very welcoming town and stuff like that. Anyway, we're talking about why YNs don't vote. Let's go.
Because it's too much work. It's not on the phone.
All right, let me reload that. Let's go.
Believe
So what's your issue to fight?
my issue, I fight for young black men before they die. And that's what I do in my organization. I do teach them to vote, but I don't tell them that voting is going to be the be all end all.
No one
like
says
most
to be all the
guys
end
promote.
all, but it's a part of it.
But you guys promote voting like it's just going to change like the systemic outlook of the black community. That's not where it's at. We have to get out and go do for self in our own communities.
So
And the
okay,
only
so
reason-
define do for self.
When I say do for self, you shared one of my tweets, my videos, and I was actually a big fan of yours, but you shared one of my tweets. When I said black people need to stop begging the government and go and do for self out in our communities, you shared the video and called me an idiot. I didn't see anything idiotic about that statement.
So when you say do for self, like what? Explain that.
For example, here in Albany, Georgia, we complain about our school systems a lot. Many of our young men can't read. They have very horrible literacy rates. We don't have any rehab programs here for juvenile offenders. What I decided to do, I started a program 2 years ago, decided to do for self, and I started taking children into my home. I started taking custody of kids from juvenile court, and I started molding them and training them and teaching them skilled trades, etc. Now I'm 21 years old. I just purchased a school here in Albany, Georgia to combat us being in the government-funded schools that are not teaching our children what they need to learn. So that's what I mean by do for self, simply getting up and going out and do it.
So
I beat the stereotype that I'm young black in America and I can't do anything because somebody's holding me down. Absolutely not.
So a question.
Teenagers went and go ahead. Me and some teenagers went and bought a school, and we just bought a school bus simply from going out and doing work. We decided to go fix our own communities. I'm not expecting anything from no politician. I'm not expecting nothing from Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or nobody. We're gonna go do it for ourselves, and that's what I believe we need to be doing. I can vote, sure, but nothing's gonna change in our community. So voting is not my issue to fight. I believe.
So what's your issue to fight?
My issue, I fight for young black men before they die. And that's what I do in my organization. I do teach them to vote, but I don't tell them that voting is going to be the...
Okay. And this is what bugs me about Roland Martin, because I know I've been following him for a while. He kind of like, his big thing is like, hey, we have to get with politicians and do things, but that has never historically worked for like the black community in general.
Yeah, young man put his money where his mouth is, man. Shout out him, bro.
It's weird. I don't even know if he's telling the truth. That could be all bullshit. But I take it with a grain of salt. He's doing whatever. But I do think the economic base, there is enough money out there for black people to kind of do things for themselves. But I feel like Sean and I talk about this all the time, the trust in our own community to do things. And then I wish Terry was here to talk about that too. Like, you know, because he I don't know. And Amy, are a lot of the people that invest in this stuff, do you guys work with a lot of black investors and things like of that nature in Dayton?
He said his partner was Ethiopian.
Oh, Ethiopian. Okay. He's not really black. Ethiopian is from Ethiopia. I'm talking about black American. FBA.
Well, he could be. Hey Hugh, he could still be an American. He still could be an American citizen.
I mean, there's a cultural thing. Look, I'm black Caribbean.
It's definitely a cultural thing.
Okay, yeah. Black American is descendant of slave, right? Are you descendant of slave? Sean?
I was about to say, you actually name me that?
No, hold on.
Are you descendants of slaves? is like from.
Yeah. We can trace it back.
Dakari, are you? You got an African name, so I don't know. You might be.
Hey, chill out, man. I'm from Senegal. Bro.
Senegal.
I was born and raised there.
You don't count.
Hugh.
Nah, I'm kidding.
better than
I'm
all
from
of us.
Southeast DC, born and raised there, bro.
No, I'm talking about your ancestors.
All you gotta
Like,
do-
are
all
you
you gotta do
first
is look at
generation?
me.
Oh, brother, I've
do-
never spit
yeah, I
in the
know,
tube
yeah,
or picked
you
the
like-
booger and
All
send
you
it
gotta do
somewhere.
is
I don't
look
know
at
where
me
I'm
and
at.
see I'm a
Are you
descendant. I'm
first
literally-
generation or second? Like are your parents immigrants?
Oh, man,
your
I'm like-
grandparents immigrants?
I'm like 20th generation.
Oh,
bro.
so you've been here. So you descended.
Oh yeah, we've been here. I'm part Pacific Islander and black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
I've been here. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, man. I've been here.
Okay, Amy, what about you? You descendants of slave? I'm just. Oh, that's a
You
joke.
see,
what's your-
you see sinners one
She ain't
time.
gonna- she ain't gonna say.
Listen.
She ain't gonna say anything. I'm joking. That's a joke. That's
You
a,
see
I'm
Haley
that's-
Well,
Stanfield
there's definitely Irish,
Yeah.
English, something.
Oh, okay. You nailed it.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
English.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was
of
Irish
course.
Sean
slaves.
can pick a white girl out of a haystack.
Of course.
You like you
English,
are
Irish.
Danish and
One time I
Norwegian
guessed,
with a pinch
from
of Viking.
Estonia. One time I guessed from Estonia. They're like,
And you got it
I don't
right?
even know what Estonia is. I was like, I know.
Yeah, where is
How did
that?
you
know these
know?
things. Well, I used to
Eastern
volunteer
Europe.
at an old folks' home, and there was a woman there that was from Estonia, and she
That's
told me
so
all things about
random.
Estonia. And yeah,
That's crazy. Anyway, but yeah,
You sure
I
she ain't
get-
have dementia?
yeah,
Nah,
a lot
I'm
of them
fucking.
did.
Well, when it comes to this stuff, I don't really get into the whole because there's levels to what black culture is in America. And that's another problem because it's such a mixed bag of things. It could be immigrant, but black is black at the end of the day. But then there's also, I always felt that there's different class. Like Caribbean people carrying themselves a little different than foundational black Americans. That's what the thing is there when they're descendants of slaves. So then they've been here before, like Caribbean people. So I never say, hey, I deserve more than you because you guys were offered that 40 acres and a mule and never got it. And part of it's like, I can't judge. But with this guy saying, yeah, like at the end of the day, like with black people in general, wherever they came from, whatever, government has never actually helped in any sense of the word on any level the communities that need it the most. Now, black people who have escaped the ghetto or the hood or their own communities sometimes have, sort of assimilated into, like me. I live in a very white community and I have no clue who my politicians are, but they're taking good care of me. You know what I mean? I get I'm paying them taxes. I'm happy with my arrangements. I have police and anything I need, I call the police right now. They'll be at my door. I can set my own house on fire. They'll come put it out in 5 minutes. They ain't doing that down in whatever part of Dayton. It's all fucked up or whatever. They'll do it here though. So I'm happy with my arrangement and I'm paying for it. But
Shout out you, House Hugh.
no, I'm just saying, but that's what happens.
Us field boys got to work hard.
Long story short, I feel this brother's message here, but I also kind of see it like if we understood what Roland was trying to say, and if he articulated it, because Roland does not care about the black community per se. He's just saying go and vote for Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Obama, whoever, and sort it out later. He's not being specific enough.
But I don't think it's like one. I mean, I don't think it's one or the other. Like,
Yeah.
you can't. You just going out and voting isn't going to change everything, and you just
That's
going
true.
out and doing community service, like it's both. Like you can't. You can't just stick your foot in one pot.
Who
and be
is
like,
serving
this
your
is-
community though? I don't want to go out. I'm not going to look like that shit that's going on in LA. Those people are crusaders. They're dying in the streets for their cause. That's not me. My black ass. will donate to
protesting
the
is a little
cause.
different than serving it's serving in their capacity, but like you can serve your community in different way, not necessarily protesting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. No, but that's usually protest, violence, whatever gets the job done. I will finance the war if they
But
need.
you're not fighting it.
I'm not fighting it because number one, I'm anti-war. I don't think we should be in these stupid situations. But look, the people that you idiots elected, I'm not talking to anybody in this group, maybe Sean, but have put us in weird places. Terry would be in the same situation if he was here. I tell him.
Well, look, I try to explain to you all the time. It's an individual responsibility. Hopefully, that's a ripple effect. That's the best you can ask for. Like when I first bought a place in the community that people don't pick up trash, I was out there picking up trash. I literally was out there with a bag, picking up trash. Bottles, cans, all this kind of stuff. Someone has to take some kind of ownership. Yeah, someone has to take some kind of ownership themselves and right, and set an example, and then maybe 2 or 3 people, right, start to come out, and you form a community. Community can only be formed by something that you are passionate about. You can't be not passionate about your community and do stuff in your community and have really an impact, right? Like, it's not one of those things where, like, you do something once every year and then you're like, oh, I do this for my community. Well, if you're passionate about it, it's a different type of commitment. You know, you have to, like, be vested. And it doesn't mean, like, you have to go to Monday through Friday, you have to be doing something. But it's just like, for you, when you walk outside, you have a consciousness about, wow, this is out of place. There's a kid that looks like he needs some food. You know, something like, remember when we used to drive around, I used to give people blankets, right? Like, I would be comforted.
And empanadas.
Like, yeah, I would buy empanadas. I'd buy the whole empanadas out.
Yeah, I would have been on the street for that.
Dude, you know that empanada spot on what is it on?
Connecticut Avenue. It was like
Connecticut. You know the one across the street. I think the club's called Bedroom now. But there's an empanada spot across the street from there. This guy it's off of K in Connecticut or something like that.
Connecticut, yeah, because I gotta go to 15th and K. Yeah, I'm gonna go detour.
Yeah, it's around that area. Yeah, Bedroom is the club that's next door. It's across the street from it. But this guy, we'd be out there drinking. So there was a few homeless people around there. He'd go and buy like this little empanada spot. He bought like 2 dozen empanadas and just handing them out on the street. He wants an
Damn, John, that's some good shit, bro.
It's a small gesture, but man,
that's the thing. That's, you know, those are things. If you really care about community, then you always, when you walk outside, whatever thing you're doing, you know, is part of your community. If you're trying to do the right thing, you give somebody a little change, you get somebody a meal. If you have that type of consciousness, then that's the part where it becomes ubiquitous, right? Where the communities start changing. You can't really regulate anybody to care about community or having like some kind of special sticker, right? It's always like the I voted sticker, right? Everybody wears that
bullshit,
and it's like a thing. Right. But in the sense of it, right, what happens after that? You know, everybody focuses on who's going to be president and
nothing changes.
Yeah, exactly. So to Kari's point, right, that local type of involvement, whether your local politics or just being a good person in your community, that I think that has a great impact.
Because shout out community, because 10 years ago where I lived near, you had a farmer's market around there. You was lucky to leave with your socks. Now it's a weekly thing. It's beautiful.
Well, Amy, going back to you, like, okay, so are you as apathetic as this gentleman in the video when it comes to your politics, like how the government's serving you?
No, I mean, I think people get caught up in their own shtick, right? Like, you know, one of them's talking about how important voting is. One of them's talking about being in the community. I think it's important that you go and vote. But I also think it's important to get involved. Like, that's what the unit is, which is the boot camp that Terry started. We formed a community, or he formed a community out of that. And as a result of that, we go into other communities and try and help facilitate things. So it's just like, sometimes I feel like government stuff is just like phony. Like, you know, people, it's just like,
I agree.
but it's like, are you actually doing it? Like, you got a lot of words, but like, what action is involved? And that's what helps people change, is like actually doing something, not just talking about it, but actually doing something.
Yeah, that brother's doing something. And you're right, it is two-pronged, and that's why I still vote. I don't say I'm never going to stop voting, but I also feel like the options suck. And then do I waste like you say, everybody says you're throwing away your vote?
Well, people think that like one politician over another, like, like they all are
the same.
Shady. They are all shady, let's be honest, but you still have a responsibility.
No, I'm a cynic. I tell you all the time. I'm a cynic with all of this. It's a pick and choose, you know, who wants to be right or wrong. Our whole system is, foundationally speaking, it's fucked. You know, how this whole thing got started. There's no way that we can sit here today based on how it was built and have any moral high ground for who we voted for. I don't care who you voted for.
I mean, they're replaced after 2-4 years, whatever their term is. I have no regrets of who I voted for in the past when I voted, but I also know that I'm hoping that things keep evolving and changing. So maybe next time we put in somebody more progressive. I'm just tired of these old people. I'm not talking these old white men or whatever. All of them are old, and all of them have no new ideas. And everybody just wants to, like, literally the last two presidents wanted to make America great again, Biden and Trump. The same person with different social aspirations. One wants to make America all white. The other one wants to make trans athletes and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's so weird, like how these are the things that in this crazy world are topics that are like we're still talking about when everybody's struggling in their own way, shape, or form, whether it's addiction, whether it's mental health, whether it's health, whether it's economically, and I put economically above everything else because that's where people are really struggling. And when the rich guy gives you sweet nothings about lowering taxes and shit and you don't know anything better, you go with that. When the other guy is saying, hey, we're going to raise taxes on rich people, everybody thinks that's going to hurt me. I'm going to lose my job. Like, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know. I don't know. Education's the key here. Trez, I don't know your politics. Do you? Well, I don't know if you vote. You don't have to mention if you don't care. What do you think about what this brother's talking about?
I kind of agree with Amy points. Like, you kind of need both. Like, you're not gonna get it solved in voting, especially in the Black community. Like, there's not one time where shit has worked out for the Black community when it comes to voting.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I think in more thing, you just need infrastructure. Kind of like what Sean was talking about earlier. Like, you need the education piece. You need to help with the community. Like, yes, you need to vote, but understand what you're voting for, who you're voting for, why you're voting for them. So, yeah, I mean, I just think you need all of it. Me personally, I'm always going to go for the best candidate. I'm always for local voting. Presidential voting is just like a parade for both sides. So I'm not ever really too invested, and I also have the right to not vote too. So
and that's something I've struggled with that, but I'm like, nah, I'm not going to be that guy who does, because if I don't vote, I'm not going to speak up. And I love to talk about politics when I can and give my perspective.
Understandable.
Look, I think about Trump, to be honest with you. I don't like the motherfucker in general. I didn't vote for him, but I know there's some things that are benefiting me from a tax perspective. There's things that benefit me from a social perspective with him, But at the end of the day, he's still a piece of shit to me. And that might be ICE might be knocking on my door tomorrow after we post this. But that's just the way I feel about it. I know the guy's ethics and all that shit. He's not a good actor here. So, what were you about to say, Joe? Sorry.
Oh no, I was just kind of agreeing with that point, and I kind of forgot my. All
right, this will be a time. Wait, let's skip ahead. Let's have fun because we've been talking for almost 2 hours, and I do want to close out on a high note. And Amy, you might be totally disconnected from this topic. It has nothing to do with
you. Don't
black
do that.
men.
Don't do that to me before we even get into
I'm putting you in the white girl box.
I've been in that box all night. Go ahead.
I know, because
I think we've all thoroughly discussed being in the white girl box tonight.
And I think that's what that's why my wife thinks my wife thinks I'm sexist, because I do kind of mansplain a lot of things. I think I'm doing that, right?
I don't think you're sexist. Go ahead.
No, but I am mansplaining though, right? Or at least culture-splaining. Is that a word?
Guilty as charged. No.
Now I'm really interested in what this topic is.
Lil Wayne's new album.
Oh my god. Oh.
See, I like the new album.
I've heard nothing but bad things.
Sean, what you like about it? No, hold on.
Yeah, we gonna let Trez cook.
Nah, I just need to know what Sean liked about it.
All right.
Oh yeah, I want to know what Sean liked about it.
So he's definitely going outside. No, it's definitely going outside his
out of his mind.
The joint with Jelly Roll, I feel like is going to probably hit some charts.
That song's not even finished. Like, Trez, you record music. Does that song sound finished to you?
Well,
it ended so abruptly.
The hook is there. The hook is there. He did remix some old songs.
The Nori,
like the band from NO, and he did the rock joint. Yeah. I mean, I gave it one spin. He's well, it just came out. It just came out.
Out of 5 stars, what are we giving it?
No, we're not gonna do the stars. Out of 19 tracks, how many tracks do you actually like?
Like 5 joints.
5 out of 19.
5 out of 19.
That's what it is today. That's what it's today.
No,
I think he likes the album.
Why
I
are we
think the album's
releasing
trash.
19 tracks? Like, why is that a thing now? Like,
No,
I know.
that's
So
not a
many.
thing. Most albums now are 2.5-minute songs and
I mean, the
no
bigger
more than 10
artists are gonna
songs.
give you that. Like, I mean, Drake's gonna give you that. Drake's gonna give you 18.
Oh yeah, but they
Like-
you know, he puts time and effort in, right?
Oh,
It's some,
the
like-
Wyclef joint. I mean, yeah, probably like 4 or 5 joints. 4 or 5 joints.
Man.
The Wyclef joint.
I didn't even. I'll be honest with you. I listened to
That's
it
not
once,
a good ratio.
and I listened to it
No.
once, and I've only picked out 3 songs that I actually would add to a playlist, and I didn't
3
even
songs?
add them yet.
What 3 songs?
Ironically, the one with Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Let me pull up my
I told
Spotify.
you, the Jelly Roll joint gonna go.
Why
The
is
Jelly
That
Jello
Roll
was-
joint-
so popular?
The Jelly
That was a
Roll song
desperation
isn't
move.
bad song.
That's the studio.
The one with Big Extra Plug is a decent song.
That
That's
one's
the
cool.
guy right now.
It's like only 2
Yeah, I
song's
like that
cool.
song.
But it, again, that didn't sound like it fit to me, you know. But that's just me personally.
Most of it didn't. It's the Carter 6. None of this sound like it belonged on the Carter 6 to me.
Are you comparing? So that's the thing. Are you comparing it to the other Carters?
Carter
Like,
2. Carter 2 is one of my
I
favorite
understand,
joints.
like, bro, it's not, like,
2 is my favorite.
it's not
and
Wayne
3.
from 10 to 12 years ago, but at the same time,
No,
it still is Lil Wayne. So he has the
Yeah.
skill of rapping. I think
Yeah.
it's the production. The production is
Oh, it's
god-awful.
terrible. Yeah.
Like, excuse me, whoever's mixing with him, whoever's sitting down with him and crafting these records, like, I feel like they don't even care about Lil Wayne for real. You're not trying to make him sound good at all.
Mm.
Like that Elephant beat, the Peanuts to
Peanuts
Elephant
to
song,
Elephant. Yeah, I heard about that one.
garbage. Like just and it's really the beats, because I've seen a lot of producers go on Twitter or go on Instagram and take his acapella and put it on other.
Oh yeah, because I feel like he was
spit.
spitting. Yeah, that's what I said. I felt like he was spitting. So I was, yeah. He wasn't. When people were criticizing, I felt like they was criticizing his lyrics, but I felt like he was spitting on.
When you reach a certain point, you can't even criticize people's. I mean, you can obviously. Like, you got people like Kanye.
Yeah.
When you like Wayne has reached past superstardom like 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah,
So like I'm not
yeah.
stressing about what subject matter is Lil Wayne.
He should have had a better setup.
Or just better production. Like I mean, he's
or
Lil Wayne.
subject matter. Like he's not talking like he's.
But how many times you going to Wayne for real subject matter?
No, he
like,
has Hustler's theme. Oh, there's songs on like Carter 2 that are very interesting.
I like that joint.
Yeah, but that's like
I
Carter
mean,
2
he
though.
can get.
Yeah, but he was what 20-something years old.
I like
then?
that one joint.
You think he lived
that
a
on
little
his
since
recent,
then?
the
Is he
It'll
still out
All
of touch?
Work Out?
Yeah, he's
What's his name?
lived from the
Bruh.
perspective of a multi-million-dollar recording artist.
But he's
So-
that out of
Exactly.
touch. Look, Jay-Z's
I
been
think he
there,
is.
so he still can make a good album.
But
He
look at
talks about his
Jay-Z's
experiences.
production of
I like
music.
that
Like,
It'll,
let's look at 444, for example. Jay-Z is talking about his
Last album.
nationwide cheating scandal. He's talking about marriage to one of the biggest pop artists of all time. He's talking about finally becoming a father. He's talking about a lot. Like,
And
he
let it all
had
work
something to
out.
talk about.
Let it all work
Wayne-
out on 5. But like that was.
He has
like,
records, but it's like
yeah.
it's almost been the same thing since he was 12 years old. Like, bro,
Yeah,
he just
yeah,
go to
yeah.
the studio and just rap. It's
Yeah,
like, bro,
yeah.
whatever come to mind, come out. That's the record. I'm not about to
Yeah.
sit here and craft. Yo, these the hooks to it. This what it means. This how the first verse I'm about to flip it.
Mhm.
Like, nah, he not thinking about that. He just going in
It's
and
like
rap. He didn't
he-
even write. He just
It's like he bought
Yeah.
mixtape Wheezy to a Carter album.
Not even
without
the
any
mixtape-
production though. Like
Bro, the mixtape.
somebody would have sat him down. Exactly. Like no ceilings mixtape. The droughts.
Yeah.
Like this is a different animal. right here, bro.
Dedications.
The dedications. It's
Ooh,
just
boy.
I just think it's run its course as far as just his place
The
in
rhyme
music right
patterns
now.
and stuff. Yeah, I don't
Like-
think he put effort into this at all, like creating
And
the songs. You know,
if he's not gonna change up the lyrics, then it's like, bro, you're gonna have to change up the beats. But then it's like you got the most trash production I've seen like in a couple of years. So I don't know. Like it's not a good effort, in my opinion.
Damn, I'm gonna give it a deep dive. Listen to them. I ain't heard it from him really.
oh, you haven't
But
heard it? All right.
Every person, I mean, from YouTube personalities, TikTokers, Instagram stories, minus Sean in the text thread, no one has said anything good about this album. Like one of my homies posted very shortly after it dropped on Apple Music, so he must have finished the last track and posted. He was like 2 out of 10. He was like, "What the fuck is this?"
I'll give him for just the sheer fact that he's actually rapping. I'll give him that a 5. But
Out of
he's done
19?
better
Is he
than
doing
that.
a favor for somebody? Like, like
Himself.
trying to help him come up?
His wallet.
No, he's been working on this album for 5 years, I think, right?
Oh
This
my
is
God,
5
I
years
hope
worth
Oh,
of
has it
work.
been that long? Wow.
And no, I honestly think that
It's
Wayne.
5 months of work.
One thing I know about Lil Wayne and the work, because when I used to work with Drake and them, and I talked to this guy on the phone, he's like, "Yo, Wayne lives in the studio. He will record songs like after song, throw the beat on, smoking weed, go 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 go, and a lot of them are unfinished, and it's just his process." And then when they go back in post production and look at it, they'll add Drake, they'll add whoever, Nicki Minaj, whoever, and then they'll add in like the hooks and all this other crap, and he'll go and do his ad libs and all that shit. But the raps and stuff are pretty much off the top of the head. Look, it's amazing that he comes up with these amazing word salads, but after a while, people want to hear a little more structure. Like, and if you're gonna tell a story, which I don't think he told, like, I have to go back and listen, but was there anything where he actually told like a meaningful, like, oh shit, I could relate to that type of story, or that was cool, and from the wordplay perspective? Because the wordplay on here is weird because he's rhyming, and I saw somebody do this on TikTok. He's just rhyming words to rhyme words. Like that's what and I listened to some songs. And
But
I'm
that's
like,
Lil Wayne. Like Lil
no.
Wayne's
When he
probably
did it before, there was a little bit of purpose behind it. Like,
but
the
when
way
you've already said
inflections.
everything, all he talks about is. But all he talks about is just fucking bitches and eating pussy. So it's like, bro, when you said that for about 15 years, bro, I don't even know what other way you could say it.
Did he really kick his girl out on Mother's Day? Was that a real thing?
It's terrible. Yeah, I heard about that. Pusha T been talking about selling cocaine since the same thing since 2001.
But the music's actually good.
Good though.
Yeah, that's true. They do.
And it's more so his thing. It's like Lil Wayne is more punchlines and shit like that. Like he's a punchline king. But it's like at a certain time we don't care about punchlines no more. You said them all, bro. You're the king. Like now you gotta do other shit. With Pusha, I mean, Pusha got the coke bars.
He the king.
Fly ass coke.
You don't think Fabulous?
No.
Joel Santana?
Hell no.
Nobody from New York is better than
hold on.
Wait, what?
North New York is better than Lil Wayne.
Nah, Fabulous got bars. He got some punchlines, but he ain't
unless your name is Sean Carter, bro.
Hold on, Jada?
Jada? Yeah.
Come on.
Trez is feeling
Jadakiss is a goat, but
passionate
Jadakiss is not better than Lil Wayne, bro.
Not better than Wayne, bro. Sorry.
Oh, that's a time.
Now, we want to talk about lyricists. They got him, but
yeah, Locks got him on that. But like,
no, I think lyricism. I mean, I don't think anybody's done it better than like Jay or Nas.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jay. Yeah, Jay.
Yeah, but then it's different. I mean, there's other people. You could even say Common or whoever, but I think Jay and Nas really defined a whole generation.
Yeah.
And then you look at, I don't know, like Wayne.
You got other people like Eminem. You got MF Doom that craft these crazy stories.
I feel you got to give him his credit, bro.
Oh yeah. You definitely.
Eminem. I like Eminem, but I'm not a fan like that. I'm not a big Eminem fan.
Well, his first album, his first joints, I was
2 or 3 albums.
But after when I first heard the first album, I remember it was like it was yesterday. I was like, yo, this dude,
it's crazy. The second album, my God.
Yeah, like
shit. I thought he was gonna go to jail. I thought he actually murdered his girlfriend or whatever he said he was doing.
You talking about Stan?
It's like brand damage.
I mean, back then it was just new to us. It was amazing, and that's when like that type of stuff mattered. But then, like I said, Jay-Z kind of changed it to more storytelling and introspect. But we grew up. So, times change. Like our outlook on life is different. Before Punchline amazed us, we were such hip hop junkies and shit. Same with Lil Wayne. I think that's you guys' generation. Lil Wayne was that guy who had the punchline and shit. But then, like, Fab came out at the same time. Jadakiss and them were at their prime and their peak, putting out the certain types of records. So I would never discredit what they do, but I think because Lil Wayne and even Kanye touched you guys, in a way that made the
hey, my damn headphone come out. Kanye ain't touched me. I ain't discussing.
It made you kind of like think and scratch your head and go back and be like, oh, I can't believe he said that. And then it inspired like Young Thug, Drake, all these guys that you guys again grew up on more so. And Drake, it's funny, like with Drake, we know in Virginia, you talking about punchline rappers. You can't leave Nicholas F off that list. I'll send you some Nicholas F shit. Like, I don't know if you fuck with him like that, but if he was famous, Ludacris too. Don't forget about Ludacris.
Oh yeah.
But like Nick in that generation, like the shit. And Sean, you know this because you just the first time he heard Nick, he called me. He's like, "Yo, I want to invest in it." He offered me $25,000. He's like, "I got $25,000. I want to put some money in this." I turned it down because I told him it would be a waste of money. This ain't enough. But
I'm gonna say, yeah, you can give me 25,000 and some
when
empanadas. I'm straight, bro.
Nick, bro, I knew.
Nick,
I
was all in. Yeah,
I say, want me to cut your grass? I got you, bro.
Yeah, but I knew Nick was that guy back then, but it just didn't translate. I didn't understand. Maybe it was the production. Maybe it was because he was from Virginia, or maybe it was the industry saying, "Nah, we don't want to do this because it's scary. Like it's too much." But if he actually got on, I mean, look, that's one of Drake's idols, right? So if people actually got to hear that music back in 2004, 2005, even 2003 when I first heard him, I was amazed by it. This guy's talking some crazy shit. The way he, with the gun, like the songs where he was just talking about guns and stuff, the way he was kicking punchlines and those metaphors, I was just amazed by it. And the storytelling. And now he's evolved into something different. Like he's a different type of monster now that I can't even look at it. Like these kids love it, the newer kids, but I just can't get into it because he's not talking to me anymore. Because it's not like the type of rap that I liked from him. But no, I mean, Lil Wayne, he did. I think the album is the album, and I hope he comes back with something better in the next 2 weeks or so. And then saves it.
Don't come back at all.
Oh my God.
He said, damn, hang it
That
out
one
with
took
you.
5 years. I think you're out of luck.
I don't know when the last album came out, to be honest with you. But there's
damn,
like moving on, because I can't play any songs or else they'll take my copyright strike us. But I'm not going to ask any of you what your favorite song is because half
we
of you
need that
album.
jingle. We need the jingle.
We need some get in the booth and make a record for us. Sean wants a
we have to,
record.
man. I'm telling you, it's a visceral type of feeling.
Anyway,
we add music to it.
I'm gonna backwards. So we talk about Lil Wayne. Now we're talking about what's going on in LA. Right. This is the last thing for tonight because I think this is an important topic to talk about. Martial law being instituted down there. I don't know what's going on specifically right now in the moment, but National Guard, Marines are going out there. The protests, I didn't know how serious it was. They made it seem like, oh, people are just protesting in the streets, but it looks like property damage is happening, all types of crazy
That
shit.
was over the weekend. Yesterday was pretty well maintained, but over the weekend it was pretty bad. Yeah.
So they're doing all this, and ICE people are really stirring the pot. I've seen videos of ICE agents. And remember, they're not law enforcement. They're just government agents with masks on shooting at people and shit with rubber bullets and whatnot. I saw a journalist from Australia get shot in the leg with a rubber bullet. Civilians obviously getting tear gassed just for standing there. Same shit that they did in Minneapolis and all that other crap during the other thing. No different, but I think now they're, with everybody so scared about fascism and all this other crap, like, what do you guys think are we at the doorstep of fascism if this gets out of hand and they take over LA, the government?
No.
Is that,
I don't know about fascism.
Yeah.
I don't know either. But look, everybody's scared of that with Trump, but then I look at him and I'm like, this old man, like, he don't know what's going on. All he's trying to do is collect some Bitcoin and retire.
Sometimes I wonder with this stuff too, like how much of it is a political stunt, like
theater.
I think that assassination.
I know they do that
Last summer, that assassination shit, that had to be like,
especially the second attempt.
The first attempt in general, because how do you let somebody get that close and they nicked his ear and then 2 weeks later it's fine?
Because if you've ever been grazed with a bullet, just because it didn't penetrate, that scar not going away. He should have some abrasion or permanent damage to that ear, especially if it pierced.
I don't want to get conspiracy theoried up here, but look, it's everything's so far fetched, and that moment, because that's when Kamala Harris a bit momentum, like, oh, okay, the old man dropped out the race. This is some fresh blood. Democrats are hyped up.
And then that debate she did pretty well on.
That debate, and then all of a sudden, he gets shot in the face. Oh my God, they're trying to kill him, the Democrat. And honestly, it didn't sway me. I was like, damn it, they missed. Not that I want him to die. I love Donald Trump. You are.
ICE coming at your house tonight, brother. You better kiss your dog goodbye.
Trez left. He's like, yo.
He said, this is getting too wild.
He's like, I'm out.
I'm out. Nah, but like, long story.
Chicago's going crazy now too. Like Chicago is popping
crazier.
Right now.
But look, it's happening. Like these
with
things,
the protesters, NYC. Chicago,
social
DC got a little protest group coming up.
And you know what? I really feel weird about my stance on this deportation stuff because I think it's yes, it's a time we should be doing some of this more hardcore, but the way that they're doing it is so badly planned out, and they're doing it to political opposition, which makes it even worse. It's not, like people who are here legally just to clear out political opposition, to clear out whatever. Like, these put Trez back in. Sorry.
There we go.
There we go. These people, like I don't feel bad for the illegal person that is here illegally and got deported and is wearing a MAGA hat. That's funny to me. I just think it's funny because you were stupid enough to drink that Kool-Aid, and they said they're going to do this, and they're doing it now, right? So, luckily I have my papers. I carry them with me everywhere. My passport.
Your papers.
I got my real ID, my passport. I have my everything. I am not playing games. They think I'm Hispanic all the time. Somebody when we was at the Indian restaurant, they thought I was Puerto Rican. Terry said he thought I was Puerto Rican. I'm like, damn, what am I? I'm half black and Asian. I am Filipino and
Tiger Woods
and Caribbean.
Tiger who?
Tiger Woods. Yeah. I'm that, but I married a black woman, as you know, who I thought was mixed, so she fooled me.
Damn.
Yeah, I thought she was mixed. She got green eyes and stuff. You seen my wife? She got green eyes and stuff. You would have thought she was a half breed too, Sean. If you didn't know her.
Half breed is crazy shit.
Where's your?
Jesus.
I can't say the other words racist if I said the
mixed is racist.
No, the other one, the other M.
Mulatto.
Racist.
I was leaving it at mixed.
Well, actually, the interesting thing with mulatto, it's still white and black, but it was Italian.
Yeah.
Specifically mixed with black back in the day. So
I thought it was a drink from Starbucks.
It was a very specific thing. It wasn't necessarily just white and black, because it wasn't like Irish and black you were considered mulatto. It was Italian and black. So little history lesson for you there. Outside of the fact that Jordan got his 23 retired in Miami, which you had not known as well as a LeBron fan, which, again, I have to just...
Who's
that
the
was
LeBron
good.
fan?
I am.
This guy, yeah. He doesn't know. He's never seen MJ play. Sorry.
I have seen MJ play.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, he's old enough. He definitely saw MJ play.
Yeah. I've been courtside at the pool with MJ.
Okay.
The MJ parties?
Okay, Hugh, we don't have to brag.
MJ
now.
I just have to put Sean in his place sometimes. Just let him know. I was there at the Garden. Watching MJ. Take down the Knicks. Didn't impress me. When I saw LeBron play, I saw him play in DC right before we moved, and that was amazing. Courtside again.
Yeah.
By the pool.
Okay.
Courtside by the pool.
What amazed you more about the game with LeBron versus the game with Jordan? What amazed you?
Oh God, here we
Did
go.
you see LeBron's feet?
No, okay.
He doesn't.
Amy,
He doesn't know.
Are you a basketball fan?
Yes,
A little bit.
and MJ.
Okay.
And MJ. So obviously,
wait, I'm not gonna say GOAT. Like, who's your favorite basketball player of all time?
MJ.
She's from Ohio.
Definitely
Let
Michael
the young
Jordan.
lady answer.
Yeah,
Okay,
come on.
definitely
Michael
Michael
Jordan.
Jordan. I personally do not take you seriously as a basketball.
Okay, so he doesn't.
She's not. She's not a basketball. She's a
Uh,
casual. She's like you.
No, you're a casual. You're a
I'm
casual.
not a casual.
That's who we grew up with. What do you mean?
Oh, you grew up with him, man. Who cares?
Here he come. He about to say it. Nostalgia.
Nostalgia. Look.
Nostalgia's a hell of a drug.
There's a bunch of toys.
I like that background, by the way, Kari. I
Here we
appreciate
go.
that background. Look at the MJ.
Oh yeah, that was a friend of mine's a woodcutter. Yeah, facts.
He's a
MJ
woodcutter.
to go. Then you got Muhammad Ali. Nah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
you got some Satchel Paige back in. You
Yeah.
know.
We cannot get started on this topic, or we.
To be
No,
fair,
I
I
don't
do
wanna-
have a
Never gonna
LeBron
end.
James standee as well. So
I need
I'm
to
a
get one
full
of
Well,
those.
look, Hugh. I will say this.
here we go.
No, all honesty. I'm being.
This is gonna be a backhanded
No,
comment. Well, I mean,
this is not
compliment
No,
to
not
LeBron. You're gonna
backhanded.
say
No, this
something
is a true. No, this is a true fact. The true fact from me to you, right?
Yes.
LeBron does have the best Barbie out I've ever seen.
I agree with you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I just wanted to tell you that man to man that he has the best Barbie that I've ever seen for a basketball player ever. And I appreciate he put himself out there.
Pay your
Barbie.
fair share.
Hold on. Show the LeBron Barbie. We got to see. Do you have the
Bernie.
LeBron Barbie? Yeah.
I'll go
Where's
get
the
it.
LeBron
I'll
Barbie?
get
Yeah.
it. I'll get it.
he got two.
I got two. Yeah.
He's like, hold on, let me go get him.
So that's when they say he can play both sides. He can play Barbie and Ken.
Yeah, come on.
It's still in the box.
LeBron might be out there protesting in LA with the people, man. He might be outside.
I'm not taking it out of the box, as you can see.
Yeah.
LeBarbie.
So
LeBron, it's still in. And there.
Yeah.
Handsome guy there. He's got his little headphones and shades. He got little shades, headphones. He wearing some Nike Dunks.
I'm going to make a suggestion. I have a suggestion. Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
I think that the jingle that Sean keeps talking about needs to have his laugh in it somewhere.
Sean's laugh?
Yes.
That could be the fade off.
Yes. His
After
laugh,
the song play, you hear Sean's laugh.
his laugh needs to be involved in it.
This is the 12 Hub Show. And then it fades.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm with it.
Hey, Hugh,
No.
I'll trade my laugh for your opinion on basketball.
Oh,
Do you get it every time you make an opinion?
Like I said, I'm not gonna look after that whole Boobie Gibson discussion and the nonsense that was coming out of your mouth. It doesn't even make sense to talk about this anymore. Because if you're not gonna come with anything logical or factual about like this discussion, it doesn't make any sense to talk about it anymore.
Logical
you went to the dark web to find
like
something to counter the facts that LeBron is the GOAT.
I've made factual arguments that you want to debunk, and that's just what it is. That's fine. It's facts. I say facts. LeBron is in my top 5.
It's fine.
It's not good enough for you.
Look, I'm not saying
it's not good enough for you.
It's all subjective.
Jordan
and
is
Amy, you're entitled to an opinion as well. I don't think
it's preference.
Yeah, it's preference. Just like like this.
Yeah, 2
3
peats.
Shit. All preference, right?
2 3-peats. He left the game, won 3 in a row. He won 3 in a row before he left the game.
He had to take 3 years off.
Defensive champ.
Before we get into the greatest topic of all time, before I randomly disappear like my other 2 brethren, I'm on 2%.
Yeah.
And if I do not charge this, I'm out. I'm gonna formally step away.
Anyway, since
LA.
LeBron
Peace to
Jordan
LA, bro.
is way more important than fascism taking over in America. But thank you all for coming. Amy, thanks for sticking through this whole thing and listening.
Yeah, thank you. We made it.
Thank you
The
for
final
letting
4.
me be the token white girl in the podcast tonight.
We need it.
Appreciate it.
It was getting too colorful. No, I'm kidding.
Too colorful. No, I appreciate you guys. I wish Terry could have stuck
No,
around.
definitely the insight.
He was about to spit something about that fetish shit. He was about to say something.
Definitely.
But his internet went out, so it saved him. Anyway, yes, next week. Come check us out next week. This thing will be up. I'm gonna try to get it done before I leave tomorrow. I think
Free Karen Reed. Free Karen Reed.
I don't even
Everybody
know
check out
that
that trial.
Ladies and
will do. All right, Lee. I'll see you next week.
Right.
Bye.
Peace.